7 Sigma off-grade.
What's up, guys? Wow.
274.
What's up, 274? What's up, 298? What's going on? Later, guys.
7 Sigma off-grade.
Hey there, folks. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something special for you. We're going to share our first experience using the Yanmar YRC205 Rotary Cutter on our homestead, which is 85% sloped land. And the twist is, none of us have any prior experience using a rotary cutter or a tractor. So I'm sure you guys are in for a fun ride, and hopefully we survive. So we're gonna jump in head first and learn as we go. We've got the rotary cutter attached to the tractor, and we're just gonna go for it, man, and see what happens. So after reading the manual to get some basic ideas on how to operate it, we just decided to get out in the field and just fire it up. And this is me saying, what the f***? This shit ain't right. So what I didn't understand in the manual is that the 540 RPMs recommended to operate the rotary cutter is not the same 540 RPM speed of the actual tractor engine. I have the output from the tractor engine running way too slow, damn near at idle. Hopefully I didn't damage the rotary cutter.
How do you feel? Bullshit.
So aside from being a little bit uneasy about tipping over, honestly, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. And as you can see here, instead of actually cutting down brush, I'm scalping the crap out of the ground, which is probably gonna dull the blades. But hey, the only way we're gonna learn is by doing it. Trial by fire. And also, the property has a lot of rocks and a lot of uneven terrain, a lot of hills, very what my wife likes to call lumpy and bumpy land. So it's not really the ideal piece of property for a bunch of newbies to be trying this out on, but you know, we gonna learn today. So after going back and cracking open the manual, figured out that we have to increase the tractor engine speed, and now everything is running kind of smooth. We had to get the tractor engine speed up to 3,120 RPMs. When I initially turned on the PTO, I had the tractor engine speed down at idle, which was not enough power.
Not bad. That's a pretty good net. Still got a bunch to go. Way back there in the back is going to be a problem with it. Figure it out. And over here, I actually ran into a wasp nest. I'll show that later. What I'm doing is I'm weed whacking right here next to the trees and next to the driveway because we have a nice little drop off. Don't want to get the tractor too close to this edge because that will be very up.
So here we are using the bucket, trying to remove some of these lumpy bumpies to kind of even out the surface for the rotary cutter won't just keep grinding out and scalping. But there's quite a few on the property, so it is what it is. We're just gonna have to make do, and hopefully we don't break anything. Now another lesson I had to learn the hard way is that when we had the guys come out and clear everything out for us, at that time, I should have actually walked the property then and removed all of the stumps, fallen limbs, the rocks that we can grab before everything grew back in. But hey, whoever thought I was gonna buy a tractor? I sure didn't.
After getting a late start, we're actually able to put a big dent in this area. All of this has been push hogged and weed whacked. Again, there's a lot of slopes on the property, so I have to be real careful about going next to the edges. As you can see, she's being a hard head, right close to the edge. But we actually got a lot done in a short amount of time.
Unfortunately, there's still a lot of weed whacking that has to be done because there are a lot of embedded rocks in the ground to where we cannot drive the rotary cutter over it because it will definitely do some damage. So in those areas, I have to get out old school and just weed whack.
It was clean. Ain't clean no more.
So today was actually a good day for trying out the rotary cutter. We survived. No one got hurt, no one got injured, and we actually were able to knock out a very substantial sized area. Now, if you guys want to see some magic, watch how we take 6 attachments and a tractor and store them all in a 20-foot shipping container. For now, this is gonna have to work, but I do plan on grabbing another 20-footer. I would like to get a 40-foot shipping container, but I really don't want to take up too much space, so I'll just grab another 20-footer. And yes, we did not realize that we did not need to disconnect the top link from the QuickHitch because we have a QuickHitch. So the Yanmar YRC205 weighs 530 pounds. And because of that, we had to break out the Pallet Forks in order to get it in the shipping container, because there's no way in hell we're trying to lift that by hand. Being the beginner that I am, I'm definitely too heavy-handed on the joystick. I need to practice, get in more seat time, and I'll get those movements smooth over time, trust me. So now those of you who follow us from a previous video, now you get to see why we're putting casters on the pallets. Because what we can do is put this big beast on a pallet and push it to the back with ease. But we're still gonna have to get another shipping container, and the wife is not gonna like it. Sorry, babe.
We seen many a sunset together, and we still have plenty more time. See, I gotta come through for you, baby. I got something new for you, girl. I'm gonna be true to you, baby. Got something new for us, girl. Yes, we do. To you I'll rise, for you I'll fall. That we get through it all, baby. The strange love we share, no one could compare. Cause they don't really know what we've been through, no.
One thing I didn't think all the way through when I made this purchase is that how time consuming and how much of a pain in the ass it is to actually pack up and store 6 attachments. Hey, trial by fire. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty more miscalculations and mistakes because, again, as you all know, we are new to homesteading and off-gridding. And I'm pretty sure we're going to make a lot more mistakes along the way. But as long as we're learning and having fun and achieving a goal, it's all good. So, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or tips to share, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more exciting content. Until next time, see you in the next video.
7 Sigma. Off-grid.